What's up guys, Brent here with the droiddemos.com. I got my Galaxy S3 just a few days ago, and I want to do a quick review on this S3 versus the HTC One X. I know for those on AT&T you have that option, as well as the people who have the international option, you can get both phones as well. I'm going to start with the US. The phones in the US are a little different than the international versions, so I'm just going to start with the US, go over the different specs and compare them, and then I'll switch over to the international ones. To start with, in the US, if you're on AT&T, both phones are going to come with the 1.5 gigahertz Qualcomm Snapdragon S4, so you're going to get pretty much the same performance. I feel that TouchWiz is a little lighter, so the S3 might feel a little faster. At least that's my experience when using the S3 versus using a AT&T One X. The S3 comes with a 4.8-inch Super LCD. Sorry, S3 is Super AMOLED HD, and the One X is going to be a 4.7-inch SLCD2 or Super LCD2. I like the Super LCD2. I didn't think I was going to like the Super AMOLED on the S3, but I actually really do like it. It does have a pen tile. Let me bring this a little closer to the camera. It does have a pen tile display, so you're going to have like technically 1/3 the pixels, but you really won't notice it at all except in like super bright daylight sunlight, and even then it's not so much noticeable. So I wouldn't really worry about the pen tile display. I've had some people say that it really bugs them, but for me it's not an issue at all. My only thing is that I feel the HTC One X has more truer colors. It's a little warmer in my opinion. So, I mean, that's just my experience. I have people really love the Super AMOLED. It also will give better blacks on the S3, whereas the One X is going to have a little better whites. As for battery, the S3 comes with a 2100 milliamp battery, and the AT&T One X is going to have 1800. So you're going to have a little increase in battery power over on the S3. Again, battery life is definitely going to be determined by how you use the phone, but I mean that's a given no matter which phone you choose. As for RAM, the S3 is going to have 2 gigabytes, and the One X is going to have just 1 gigabyte. Now that's already a very large amount. So it's not really going to make a huge difference unless you're planning on having tons and tons and tons of apps on your phone. I don't keep a huge amount on, so I never really get close to that limit. Honestly, I haven't gotten close to that limit since the Evo, which had a lot less. So if that's going to be an issue for you, you may want to make the decision on the S3, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a problem. The US versions of these phones both come on 16 gigabyte. I think you do have the option of 32 on the S3. I'm not sure if you have the option of 32 gigabytes on the One X. So that's definitely something to think about. Be sure to check on that. I don't think it has 32 gigabyte option. As for the cameras, the One X is going to have a 8 megapixel on the back and 1.3 on the front, and the S3 is going to have 8 on the back and 1.9 on the front. So a little better front camera on the S3. Also, from my experience, the S3 takes actually much better pictures from its camera. I know HTC did a lot of work with their image processing and demonstrating that in the pre-release videos, and it really does take really great pictures. So if you're upgrading from something else, you're gonna love the camera on the One X. But from my experience, the S3 takes even better pictures than the One X. You're just gonna get better color, better light distribution. I think your pictures will just look a lot clearer. And obviously, just from looking at the phones, you're gonna have TouchWiz on the S3 and Sense 4.0 on the One X, both on Ice Cream Sandwich. So you're going to get the advantages of both of those. It's really a matter of preference. I go back and forth. I used to be a huge proponent of HTC's since, even though it was terrible before, it was pretty bloated, but I would always enjoy coming back to it after switching to like a ROM like CyanogenMod mod and having AOSP. Sometimes I'd like to come back to Sense, but they've really done a great job of kind of toning it down so that it wasn't so bloated. So here on the S3, you're going to have TouchWiz. Also, you're going to get all the benefits of Samsung's inclusions in the S3, like S-Beam, S-Voice, all of those gestures with motion, all those kind of fun little, not Easter eggs, but extras over here on the S3. So if those are things that you think you're going to use a lot, definitely take a look at that. That's pretty much it. I mean, you can look at the interfaces. They look pretty similar, but TouchWiz is going to have a lot more color around it, while the One X is going to look a little more, in my opinion, a little more sophisticated, a lot more blacks. If I go back to the menu, just from up here, or rather the settings, you'll see the HTC One X has, interestingly, even though there's a lot more blacks in it, has a white settings menu, whereas the One X has a black settings menu. That obviously comes back to the fact that the One X has really good blacks, or sorry, the S3 has really good blacks, and the One X has really good whites. As for the hardware, on the outside, the design, they're almost the same thinness. They have the One X has the power button on the top. The S3 has it on the side. I kind of like it on the side more. Same for the power or the USB slot. The S3 has it on the bottom. The One X has it on the side. So just a few different locations of things. All in all, again, the S3 has this physical power button. All in all, I prefer the S3. I would not be unhappy with the One X. This was easily the best phone when it came out. I loved using it. I love the feel of the phone. The S3 is a little more plasticky, obviously, because it's all plastic. So you really just have to hold them to get your opinion on them, but I like the S3 more. I think it has better performance, better camera, better feel. But again, that's my opinion. Make sure you check out both phones on your own and make your own decision before you pick up the phone. Just a couple notes on the international version that I wanted to make. If you're getting the international version, the One X is going to have the 1.5 gigahertz quad-core Tegra 3, and the S3 is going to have the 1.4 gigahertz quad-core Exynos processor, which I think is the best processor out right now. So I definitely go with that. Also, the S3 International is going to have only 1 gigabyte of RAM, so that would be on par with the One X. And then you have 32 gigabyte options for both. The US version of the One X may have a 32 gigabyte option, but definitely take a look into that. So that's it. That's the S3 versus the One X. I'm picking the S3 over the One X, but make sure you make your own decision. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, so you can get all my videos. You can do that by clicking the subscribe button above on YouTube. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Be sure to like me on Facebook and Twitter. Links are in the description, and I will see you guys in the next week. Thanks.